different printouts and merge it into his own paper, but he's not validating that those sources are accurate and true. He doesn't know how.
Some of those sources are.
Right.
They're just
Yeah.
whatever anybody wants
Right.
to say, and the kids are taking it as truth and putting it into papers and submitting it. And that's not how we should be using technology. And so there is a need to go deeper and teach kids, maybe before we get into an online class, how to really
How to use it.
verify what's
Right.
out there and discern what's really the truth for the subject matter.
Well, that's exactly why in that priority 3, we're looking at perhaps not restoring the traditional librarian, but merging that with someone who understands the use of media and
Right.
research in a technology-based environment. So that's part of the gorilla that's out there too. How do you best change that?
The professional librarians are usually well-trained
Yeah,
in media.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I just say ask Dad.
Which is different than just someone
Yeah,
here to
but
check out books.
Salem State has run into an interesting situation this year because the library was structurally unsound and had to be closed. And the librarians have been moved into different locations around campus. And in order to make sure that faculty knew where to go for the services, the librarians did more outreach than ever before. And it's had a silver lining to Salem State because a lot of the faculty had no idea how many services were available or how many online tools existed. And the amount of research actually going on has increased because of this unfortunate situation. Librarians have an extraordinary comprehension of the different databases that are out there and the research possibilities. Generally, they're well versed by discipline. As a few librarians, they'll each take a set of disciplines to master, and the knowledge the librarians, professional librarians, have about media is extraordinary.
I think Maureen's right though. These kids are savvy about finding the information, but it's validating it. That's they're pretty savvy about getting it, but
What if you do it when you have to cite a source though for something like that? I mean, it's,
right.
There's a way to.
There is a way now to cite an
Yeah.
internet source. And,
but they're not reliable.
right, exactly.
Yeah.
So I think, as I said before we began this conversation 45 minutes ago, there's progress being made on these goals, and we'll review them completely. Although you won't be here for the final review, maybe we can call you in. I think we should have Steve in for that night, just so we can
That's
review.
probably why he's leaving.
Bills and payrolls, are they done?
Done.
Minutes. We have 2 sets of minutes
I had just a couple of
on the regular.
editing notes.
Okay,
on the
regular
regulars.
meeting, March 24th. Go ahead.
Yes, on page 3, down at the bottom, item 2D.2, there's a quote in there.
Oh, you just
It
need the
doesn't
quotation
need to
mark.
be there,
Okay.
yeah. And page 4, under 2D5, planning preparation for town meeting, the apostrophe goes before the S, the school committees.
That should be 2D4, shouldn't it? Because it went from 2D3 to 2D5.
Oh, see, there we go.
I didn't have anything else.
Make a motion to approve with those amendments.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous?
You could comment on the meeting.
Yes.
This was the meeting at which the school committee approved a pilot ACLU
Oh, correct.
club at the high school.
Oh.
And that's generated quite a bit of comment. And I happened to walk in at the end of the discussion and did vote for this. And I'd just like to say, some of the discussion has troubled me because it sounded like people were basically saying, we can refute their point by not allowing them to speak. And that's exactly what the ACLU is fighting to resist, to make sure everybody gets a fair hearing. Suppose I, as a Democrat, said I didn't want a young Republican group in the high school. Everybody would be legitimately up in arms. The ACLU, like any other group of that sort, has a right to be heard, and we should be supporting that right. And if we don't like what they have to say, we should refute it with facts, not with threats or by trying to take away the forum.
Ought to be weighing against family values. I don't think they're mutually exclusive. I don't want to get into it.
Okay.
That's all I want to say.
Executive executive session minutes from that same night, March 24, 2008. Anybody have any?
Move to approve as written.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous. Budget update, Mr. Nelson.
There is none tonight?
Staffing, David? Bids and new principal, of course.
Contract.
Bids and donations, none. Subcommittee updates, none.
Nope.
Strategic planning updates, none. Administrative reports, David, anything?
No.
And any specific correspondence you need to? No. Okay. Our next meeting is
Actually, there should be, it's the
28th, right? April 28th,
April 28th.
Right.
Okay.
7:30 here.
I brought these back because there wasn't anything listed here before
No, I looked at it.
the election.
What happened to April?
That will be Mr. Jerby's
Yes,
final
that's
meeting,
what I was
correct?
thinking of.
Okay, at this point, we have need for an executive session for the purposes of collective bargaining and to discuss litigation, and then we will return to open session for the purpose of adjournment. Can I have a?
Excuse me,
Oh.
I think you need to return to open session.
To vote
To vote
Oh,
on an issue, correct?
on a contract, yeah.
On a bargaining issue, correct? Contract issue?
Yes.
Okay.
Contract.
Okay, so can I have a motion for an executive session?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Vaca, second by Mrs. Davis. Mrs. Davis?
Aye.
Mr. Derby?
aye.
Mr. Venezia?
Aye.
Mrs. Vaca?
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Thank you.
9:52.
52.
Yeah. I looked it up.